Well, aquatic plants can certainly be fun to observe, but ensuring that they don't take over your pond can prove difficult at times. We have David Rolling from the Kansas State Research and Extension Office with us this morning to share some tips on how you can control aquatic plants. Good morning. Welcome back. Thanks for being with us.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Of course. So aquatic plants, these are submerged plants, emerging plants, floating plants.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit more about this and specifically the types of species in our area.
Yes, like you mentioned, there are several different categories of aquatic plants, and aquatic plants are a natural part of a pond's ecosystem. So they do play an important role, but when they become overabundant, they can cause some problems and become a nuisance, especially if you're trying to fish or swim in your pond this summer. And the sunshine and the heat are two conditions that really allow them to take off and grow. So the first thing you want to do is you want to identify what type of aquatic plant you have in your pond. And if you're not sure, you can bring a sample into the extension office, send me a picture of it. I can come and look at your pond. That way we can identify exactly what type of aquatic plant we're dealing with, because different aquatic plants, there's different options for controlling them. So of course there's aquatic herbicides that you can spray on your pond, similarly how you would treat your lawn for weeds. And then you can also do mechanical control, which is usually the less popular option, but that is physically removing those weeds out of your pond. And then in some cases, grass carp can be added to the pond. They're a type of fish that eats aquatic weeds, although they do have their favorite foods just like we do. So they don't eat every aquatic weed, more those that have a root system to them.
Fantastic. And talk to me a little bit more about this, maybe some specific species that really pose, a great threat in our area to ponds.
Yeah, so the one that I've gotten calls about the most so far this year is actually green algae or filamentous algae. It's always a very popular one. And then later into the summer, identifying if it's green algae on the pond or blue-green algae, which is definitely more problematic. And then it seems like every year there's one or two weeds that are the most popular. So I'm seeing a little bit of duckweed already on ponds this year. American pondweed is another popular one. It has narrow leaves and a root system. And then duckweed, it can kind of look like algae from a distance, but once you scoop it up, it's actually very, very small individual leaves that just float together and form a mat.
All right. And you said if people are noticing maybe an overabundance of a certain type of aquatic plant, they can give you a call. Are there any other additional resources that folks can find online?
Yes, they can visit our website, wildcatdistrict.kstate.edu, and we have some information there about pondweeds. Also, our state wildlife and fisheries department on K-State's Manhattan campus, they have a lot of great resources on their YouTube channel about managing ponds and aquatic weeds as well.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being with us
Thanks
this
for having
morning.
me.
Of course. Stick around. We'll be right back.